How many children or students do you have at the school district?
Two students.
Two students. Okay. What particular schools?
Strom Thurmond High.
Okay, sounds good to me. So, I'm basically reaching out to parents just to see how they feel about kids having to go back to school, especially in Edgefield County after all the schools went virtual right before the winter break. So, what are your thoughts on that?
So my thoughts about it are I'm okay with it if there's sound protocol to protect the children, but I also am not okay with it. I was at the December 8th school board meeting, and in that meeting, at least to me, it seems like there's an agenda to try to force students to come back to school. Now, I don't know what that agenda is. I spoke with the board members on that night. I also just recently sent an email. But the reason I say that is because beginning in the next semester, they are the current systems that the school and the school board are using will not allow students who will participate in AP and honors classes, I believe. I know definitely AP. It won't allow them the opportunity to go to school virtually. In my mind, you should be able to figure out a system that can support those students. Um, and I haven't been offered any valid reasoning as to why they can't do that. Now, in speaking with people at the State Board of Education, there's an argument that students in those AP and honor classes, the reason it's not being offered virtually is because they feel like students will fail because of the workload if they're doing that coursework at home. But I'm of the thought process that you have to at least trial it out, even if it's with a small sample size, before you just um, say it can't be done. But that's just how I operate.
And did you ever get a response from the letter you said you wrote to district officials?
No, just sent it yesterday, but no, I haven't. And I only sent it to the board members. I could not find any email address for the um, superintendent.
Mhm.
But even still, I haven't received any communication even from a board member. So no.
Yeah. So, how is the scheduling looking? Is it hybrid or is it fully face to face 5 days a week?
So yes, when they go, what they're pushing for is a 5-day schedule,
Mhm. Okay.
face to face, because they say that works better for the teachers. And I support teachers as well, but
And
I
did you?
feel
I'm
like,
sorry. Go ahead.
but I also believe that we have to push people to give their best every day, and we have to provide them with tools so that they can be successful. And I just don't know that either one of those two things is happening consistently.
And did you hear anything about the shortage of substitute teaching? Because I spoke with district officials and they said it's not necessarily a problem with students having COVID, but it's the fact that they have to get more substitute teachers because some of the personnel that's teaching these students, they're getting COVID. You have any thoughts on that?
So that was a topic at the December 8th meeting, was that the superintendent was concerned about his staff and not being able to support the students in the event that a COVID outbreak happened, which is why the schools shut down or extended their Christmas break, because some of the staff, I think 3 or 4 teachers or something of that nature, became diagnosed and had to sit out. And the situation is already tight with teachers and substitute teachers. So if you don't have enough teachers, you can't teach, and then you have to struggle to try to fill in with substitutes. So you still have an issue. Um, so yes, I was aware of that. My thought process is you're arguing to me that virtually my student can't get their coursework because it's so difficult. But if there's a substitute in that AP or honors class, just because there's a body in the classroom, the substitute still doesn't provide the level of instruction that my student will need. So the service and the need still isn't met.
Valid point. Well, what else I should have asked you that you care to touch on today, because you know more about this issue than I do. So I definitely want to make sure, I get your concerns out there.
I just feel I feel that, and I get it, that they did some questioning of the population. I don't know the proper term to use because of the parents of students. They sent a questionnaire out. So I understand that only 30 to 40% of the students go virtually. So that is a minority, and I understand that. But I just I would like to see something more done to accommodate everyone. I've heard of instances in Lexington County where actually they are still out of school and they're going virtually at the moment because the officials in that district decided, because they knew or they planned on people not following any protocol to social distance and stay away from their families. So they said, okay, we're going to extend our break to basically allow for a quarantine for your students and then bring them back into school on a hybrid schedule. Um, that's the I just, if I would see some kind of concern on at least that level, um, it would make me feel better. I've heard arguments from the superintendent and the, well, not really the board members, but the superintendent saying that Strom Thurmond can't offer Zoom classes because not everyone in the county has a sufficient internet access. And that's a problem that the county will have to fix in time. I realize that you can't fix that today, but the way Zoom works, as a matter of fact, I'm looking at it. I don't know if it's mine or if it's yours, but it's set here to record. So it's not putting an extra workload on the teacher. If they teach their course, record that course on Zoom, and then send a link out to the children at some point during that day. Um, it's very simple to me, but in my mind, and again, no one is communicating with me, but I just don't know what steps have been taken or that they're willing to take those kind of steps to accommodate. It just seems to me that they're treating the school and the product that they're providing, which is our children's education, as if it were some kind of venue or arena, and they want to put butts in seats. I don't know what that buys anybody, but that's the way, that's what I believe.